Yeah, I really have no idea. I'm like the power is on, personal Wi-Fi is on. I'm like, I have full bars and it just doesn't connect. Like I just don't know. Like I'm obviously recording this and then shutting it off to the Twitch again. Let's see if it works now. I don't know. Ha! Okay, so this works now. It just worked. I literally, like, it's 10:17 now. I've been working on this for the last 20 minutes and I did the same thing over and over again, like an insane person expecting a different result. How do I do the chat? Let's see the chat. It's amazing. No, I don't want to use extensions. I just want to have. Okay, are we doing this now? Is it well? Welcome to Berlin. This is a side street, right next to the Brandenburg Gate. I don't know if you can hear me. Still waiting for the chat to show up. Okay, so this stream, I don't know if you can hear me actually, because I mounted this thing. Wink. I mounted this thing on the helmet. This is a test stream, seeing how the connection works and how long the battery lasts when I ride my motorcycle in wind and weather and whatever. But I will try to show you as much of Berlin as possible right now. It's really weird to see myself in the screen, but I really want to see if I can. Why doesn't the chat show up? I don't want animated emotes. No. There you go. Okay. Oh wow. Okay. So I could have a map. That's good to know. Like it does the picture and mixture. I didn't know it does this with this app. So if I wanted to, I could have an app. Let's look away for a second so you don't. For privacy issues, it works. Just griping to my friend that it doesn't work, and now it works. So when in doubt, just call up a friend and check in, and then your stuff works. There you go. All right, so there's a slight delay on this, so it's a little bit better for connection, I think. I've heard rumors and stuff. It is a absolutely balmy day. Well, not too balmy, but balmy enough for me to ride. And here we go. Let's go chase some blossoms. I tried to respond to the chat as much as possible, and you will probably hear me complain about all the construction going on. All right. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Woo. So over there, that's the Bundestag. That's where all the government stuff happens. And then there's the Brandenburg Gate, but there's construction and some festival going on. So we will go past that later. Right now my focus is on riding down one very special street. And then, see, I couldn't even pass it. So that's the Brandenburg Gate. Welcome to the Brandenburg Gate. Look at all these people already out in t-shirts and shorts. All right. Okay, let's check in here. Chat doesn't load. I mean, maybe it's just finicky right now. Okay, so this, as I said earlier, this is a test stream to see if this setup works for my big ride. I'm doing a big ride in summer. 9 countries so far, and 4,000 some kilometers. I say for now because every time I go on Google Maps, I basically keep adding places that I want to go to, and the trip just gets longer and longer, which I don't mind. But ideally, I'm doing this trip for well, on Twitch. Still trying to work out if I get a microphone. Well, I have a microphone. If I connect it to this, how the wind is, if I can actually read the chat. Right now I can't see anything on the chat. And then Twitch stream the whole thing. It's 3 weeks, 9 countries, down to Italy, Switzerland, stuff like that. And also do this whole thing for charity, because as you know, every year I do a live stream for Extra Life, usually around the holidays because of the pandemic, keeping us at home, and everybody was home alone, and then I was cooking for people, with people, showing people how to make Christmas dinner, stuff like that. And this year I was like, okay, how about we do something bigger, bolder, better, bigger pizza, bigger everything. So I said, hey, I am on vacation, why don't I just stream this and make this the Extra Live stream? If I get even more daring, one of many streams of the year. This is an in-joke from Meredith, if you're watching at some point. That's the Red Town Hall, and that's the TV tower. But also, seriously, if you're watching, thank you very much. That is the Red Town Hall, straight up in front of us. And the TV tower, the famous Alex, great name, TV tower. And we are currently in a street, one of the main promenades, which if I can turn around, I don't know, nope, I'm not that flexible anymore. You could have seen the Brandenburg Gate from the other side, but we get to that later. This is one of the main avenues through Berlin that leads us to the Museum Island, home of the Pergamon Museum, the Bode Museum, one of my favorites. That's the one that you usually see on like Top Gear, and you also saw in the spoilers, recent John Wick 4, fantastic movie, piece of art actually. Anyway, back on the road. Yeah, so this is where all the and here we go. This is where we see the big library of the university. The big university itself, the Alexander von Humboldt University, which can be found there and there and there, and like the campus is huge. Alexander von Humboldt, if you don't know, it's basically Germany's Darwin. I think that's fair to say. I gotta, yeah, yes, give me a red light run. If you're public transport, you can do that, I guess. Over there is the start of the Museum Island. So that's one of the museums right over there. And then behind it, popping up, if you keep your eyes peeled, popping up is the cathedral, the Berlin Cathedral. If we're lucky, one of these rides, I try to make these rides a weekend regular thing, because it doesn't really take much time out of my day, and I love riding my motorcycle. At some point you might actually see, without scaffolding, statues and whatnot, that's the Cathedral of Berlin, currently in scaffolding, but absolutely stunning building. You can see that from the Spree River. Sounding very German there right now. You can see that from the Spree River when you do one of those ferry cruises. Ooh, okay. And here's one of those great panoramas of the church and everything. Turn. There you go, that's the Shui River. Quickly saw the synagogue there. I'm just going to keep riding for a second up this road and then turn at some point around to get back to the museum. Yeah, the Jewish synagogue was there in its true splendor. It was actually sunny, like blue skies. Whoa, okay, that was windy. That was gust of wind if I ever rolled a 20. Yeah, the synagogue. What did I want to say? Oh yeah, when it's a blissful blue sky sunny day, you can see its splendor all throughout Berlin, basically, because the whole thing is covered in gold and is shiny. I'm telling you, beautiful building, absolutely stunning. And unlike this, a lot of Berlin is like this. Currently, 10 years ago, 15 years, like basically at all times, it's construction all the time. So I try to show you the cool bits. There is a part. Actually, how about we go there now? The beautiful thing is that I can go wherever I want because I ride a motorcycle. And I don't have a schedule. Okay, so we go here. No idea where this leads me. Ooh, okay. Because I wanted to show you one of my favorite bridges. Here's the palace on the other side. Here is the Red Town Hall again. So, what I wanted to do is turn. Okay. See if we improvise. Go somewhere else first. Because I wanted to show you the park. Which is basically kind of an art installation that was made around with the Berlin Wall. Back out here in northern Germany, you see a lot of these buildings. A lot of these buildings that are red brickstone. I'm not talking to myself here. I have no idea if you can actually hear me because the GoPro is just in front of my helmet, but also blocking one of the air vents. So I really hope that this works out. This is one of the many ruins of a church back from, well, Second World War. Everything you see here, any ruin you see here is basically Second World War ruin. Okay, we don't want to go in the tunnel. That's for another day. Okay, where are we going? We're going right. Not yet. Not yet. We're going down this way, yes. Alright. This is the Alexa, one of the many shopping malls here in Berlin. There's a ton of art too on buildings that are being refurbished and everything. Mumbling to myself right now already. Chat's still not working. Weird. Do a thing. No, that's not what I wanted. Okay. Okay, so okay, updated. The 3 people are watching. Very nice. But I can't see the chat, so I mean maybe that's also a good thing because I'm riding after all. Oh, there's police. I'm gonna go that way. Not because there's police, there's probably an accident and police stuck in traffic. I rather want to ride around and show you the city. So one of the cool things about Berlin, sorry I'm yelling, is, I mean, through the history of a fine Berlin, you see that the philosophy of buildings and zoning here in Berlin, let's go for the important, really exciting bits of Saturday morning motorcycle riding. Zoning laws. It's that in East and West Berlin there were different philosophies as to what you could wear. And it's like, oh yeah, here's like affordable housing. Close to the middle of the city where all the... Oh no, I have no beer. I didn't know. It's really nice when you like ride around, you're like, oh, here's like the shopping district, here's commercial, here's this and that, and it's like, oh yeah, and here's totally affordable housing. I mean, affordable. Oh, and then, of course, I forgot to mention, that was probably the first cherry blossom sighting somewhere. Alright, let's go. It does look very nice. I do like this setup with a GoPro. If you can't, or if it's like, if you can't see this, or it's kind of like buffering or whatever, don't fret. This whole thing will be recorded and put on YouTube or somewhere. Definitely YouTube. Probably today. This stream only lasts as long as the battery lasts. A friend of mine got me those sweet Enduro batteries for the GoPro, which are, well, initially they were meant for cold weather because I was walking around in cold weather in Lithuania. And now I'm like, hey, I wonder how long these last on the motorcycle with the wind and all. They should last an hour and a half. But I've already wasted 20 minutes on getting the stream on the road. Alright, let's see some art. And then we're gonna head back towards the museum island. my Instagram story, it was so sunny, not a single cloud in the sky, but that's Berlin for you. It just changes on a whim. It changed while I was literally sitting on the motorcycle, fiddling around with things, and now it's back to this. Okay, so here, through a little wall, and they made an art gallery out of it. Also, a couple of months ago, it was still covered in scaffolding, and now it's stuck to the view. Approaching one of my favorite buildings here. It's a bridge. It's the Oberbaumbrücke. Another beautiful red brickstone building. Also a major traffic bottleneck. There you go. There you see it. What a beautiful little bridge. That's the bridge. Oh, beautiful. Oh, look, and you even got a train. I like the contrast of the yellow train with the bridge. One of my favorite bridges to take. Alright, is anything happening? Nope, chat is still not showing up. See the stream, can't see the chat. Okay. Give me the green light. Give me. Green light. Give me this. Alright. Yeah, also one of the best views of Berlin and Wifi. Down this bridge. Standing roughly here, beautiful view, Red Town Hall, TV Tower, the whole shebang. Now we are heading past a public toilet. Yeah, I understand to say, it's a public toilet, but it's not anymore. It is now the Bürgermeister, great place for burgers. And the Schlesisches Tor train station is being restored to its former glory. Absolutely beautiful train station. And also retrofitted with elevators, which is really pleasing to me because I do a lot of videos and I talk about a lot of accessibility, and it's really disheartening when you see people with strollers or wheelchairs or crutches and they can't take the train because they can't get there, and they install these absolutely beautiful, shiny, new elevators. Look at this train station, isn't it nice? Oh yeah, so back to the Bürgermeister. So that is now a chain many years ago, like 20 years ago or something. My first visit to Berlin, that was the only building or a chain all over Berlin, and nobody goes there. Nah, that's kidding. I don't know. And now we're gonna follow this train to go through. Where are we going here? Oh yeah, we're going through Kreuzberg and Neukölln neighborhood here. Has cherry blossoms. Oh, that is the first place that it usually has. Come on, no, get in here. Cherry blossoms blooming. I do see a lot. Oh, cherry blossoms happening here. I was promised cherry blossoms by looking out the window. Checkpoint Charlie. Checkpoint Charlie. Well, in a while. Checkpoint Charlie is like, if you see that yellow building all the way in the back, it's like behind that. So it's a while until we're there. Right. I really do hope that the mic of the GoPro picks up anything I say, because otherwise I just seem like a madman, rambling to myself, riding through Berlin. And I wouldn't be the only one, mind you, but still. Well, not the end, but it's like this is where most of the hip shops and restaurants end. And we're slowly getting into again a quick break with residential area and straight back into tourism with Checkpoint Charlie. Checkpoint Charlie, man. I sound like a tour guide. I mean, I am a tour guide, but I'm also like, or a flight attendant. I don't feel but there's on the right side. Absolutely nothing. It's Saturday morning and nobody's awake yet. This is Berlin. I am very intrigued by this GoPro live stream option, because it doesn't tell you much in the app. When you start it, there's a little behind the scenes while we are driving through this area. But when you go through the app to do this live stream, it literally just goes, well, do you want 720p or look like a potato? And then you say go live, and that's it. So I have no idea if the noise reduction is enabled. I have no idea what the resolution of the saved file is. I have no idea if the mic is actually on. I have no idea. It doesn't tell you anything. But so far, stream looks stable. Ah, good old motorcycle nod. Take that, cars. Going in car nods you, telling you that you're not alone on the road. Ah, blossoms. Blossoms beeping. Got him. Got him. Beautiful, beautiful. Ah, finally a sign of spring, warmth. Highly appreciate it now. Because it was cold for too long. Oh, look at this geese. He's already coming back. Wow. All right. Cool, cool, cool. All right. Give me a green light. Give me a green light. Ooh, it's ringing for half an hour already. Here we are. Hello. I think the next road is Checkpoint Charlie. I only walked through, by the way. Never rode through, and actually I'm not sure if you can. I mean, there's only one way to find out. That's right, Checkpoint Charlie. Why not? Ta-da! Here you go. Number here. Good, very good. Show you another road. Where is it? What is on that? Another one? Oh, another construction site here. No way. Okay. That's not where I wanted to go. But hey, here we are. Go down this road. Any road, any road takes us where we want to go. Oh, well, I don't know how that works, but sure. did I want to show you? I wanted to show you, is it this one? Nope. It's this one. I wanted to show you a beautiful marketplace. There you go. Isn't that pretty? That, huh? Neat. It's gonna be more pretty when it's actually done. This is a beautiful place. I did see this when I first came to Berlin. Well, when I moved to Berlin a year ago, I did see this without scaffolding, and it's absolutely stunning. Okay, where are we going? We are going this way. Beautiful red brickstone church here. Okay, that road is blocked. Can we go through here? Yes, we can. Fellow YouTube or TikTok person filming. Here we go again. Oh, that's by the way, it's the art market here by the Berlin Cathedral, happening every weekend. Which way do I want to go with you? I want to go where the people aren't. Look at this. Ah, yes. This is the way I was looking for. Absolutely beautiful. So nice. Actually go down here. That's the thing, it's like I'm usually a pedestrian in this town, and I don't even know that you can actually drive down most of these roads. That is the Old National Gallery, right next to the Pergamon Museum, famous for the Ishtar Gate, or at least parts of it that they put in this way. Can't go through there, but I can go over here. So this is part of the Pergamon Museum, the new bit, the new wing. Ah, beautiful. And then there's the old bit of the museum where the Ishtar Gate is housed, which is that one. But as you can see, also under construction. It started to be under construction basically since the first time I went there 20 odd years ago. And so far only one of the wings is open. That's the where the Ishtar Gate is. right behind it, one of my favorite museums, actually the favorite museum here in Berlin. That there is the Bode Museum. Private collection. I think it's like $10 or something to get in, maybe 11 now. And I adore. Okay, can't do anything in here. Okay, so I don't know what happened. My friend suggested that I might have, like the phone might have auto-connected to the museum Wi-Fi, and then that's why it crashed, or because I went under a giant, or next to a giant set of train tracks. I have no idea. But we're back, and I thought my camera's battery was out. Turns out it wasn't. I still have 39%. Come on, there you go. I still have 39% on the battery. What I was also told, let's go. Nope, let's go. What I was also told is that the sound quality is surprisingly good, which makes me very happy. I also would have been terribly sad, little peek at me, there you go, say hi, because if the stream would have ended here, it would have been so bad, like it would have been so sad because of the view that opens up in just a second. So we're on the way to the synagogue, but this is like one of the most iconic views of Berlin, and it's this one with the whole. Can I actually stop? Yes, I can stop because there's no car behind me. So this is like one of the most iconic views of Berlin, which is like the Bode Museum and the Annex TV tower and the whole thing. Like this is like the postcard view of Berlin is this. Anyway, moving on. I also peeked at the data and everything. And just in the 40 minutes that I streamed, while also Twitch streaming onto my phone, so I can see what's going on, I already used almost 2 gigs of data, which is very good to know. Like all of this is a learning experience. I haven't done this before. I did this once as a walking thing in Stirling in Scotland, but it was like out in the remote area where connection was a luxury. So I'm trying to learn how to do this, and I'm taking you along with it, because online there is virtually nothing about this. I mean, there are people, a lot of people that do this. Quick intermission. Here is one of my favorite buildings again in Berlin. It's this. It's an old post office, but looks exactly like the main train station in Melbourne. And right next to it, of course, is the synagogue here in Berlin. Look at this thing. I mean, look at this thing. Look at this absolutely beautiful place of worship, but also wow, right? Wow. And then over there is again another road to the Museum Island. Some leaf peeping, not leaf peeping, blossom peeping rather. We're going down this road. Come on, first gear, there you go. Aha. Going down this road, which usually I would stop around the corner, park, because it's a donut shop, a really good donut shop, just coming up. Okay, so I follow a lot of people on YouTube and on Twitch, well, not a lot on Twitch, but a lot of people that do charity live streams, and especially one that does it in Japan, riding a bicycle, Dog, if you know that guy. Fantastic person. Anyway, he does the whole thing on a bicycle, but he does it in Japan. So of course he figured out how to have a good connection and whatnot in Japan. But when you look up like motorcycle in real life streaming whatnot in Europe, there's nothing coming up, and every single site I go to tries to sell you this freakishly expensive. Oh, you can't go in there anyway. There's this donut shop. This freakishly expensive IRL streaming backpack, and I'm like, no, like, I will not buy this backpack. So then I have to carry around not only my gear and everything, like my gear for riding the motorcycle, and also my clothes and whatever on the big ride, but also this huge backpack. This thing costs almost 10 grand if you go for like if you want to have a stable connection anywhere ever. And I was like, no, I'm not paying that. Especially when technology advances to the point in the last 2 years, where I'm like, in 2 years this will be absolutely redundant. Like, I don't need this in 2 years. Or so. Can I go in here? Here, I want to go down here, and I want to go down here. Yes. So yeah, learning experience, trying to make this work, ideally with the gear that I already have, because as many people that get into video and photography and whatnot, which I have been doing for 2 decades plus now, there is a strange sickness that you get, which is gas. Gear acquisition syndrome. There's always a better camera, there's always a better computer, there's always a better lens, there's always a better microphone, whatnot. Yeah, you don't need it. You really don't need it. You shouldn't get it. Just make it work with what you have, because that way you can actually, enjoy or invest in other things to make things more enjoyable. That doesn't make any sense, but I'm also thinking right now which way I go. I don't think I go down there. Oh, do I? Yeah, I go down there. Yeah. Anyway, still no chat. I don't know when the chat does show up. Here I am, just saying, oh, we don't need all this technology or whatever will be thing of the past. This isn't working. Okay, anyway, Alex over there. There's also one of my favorite pizza places down there. It's called Lovebirds, right next to that EasyJet hotel, or across the street from it. They have a really good black garlic pizza. And we are on the way out here. Waiting for this guy to move. I'm gonna follow this tram for a while to get to where we want to be, which is Mauer Park. Again, one of the first spots in Berlin, I've been told, that will be in full bloom with cherry blossoms. Right now we don't have any cherry blossoms here. Not yet. I also really don't know what the dynamic is here in Berlin. I know back when I lived in the US, for quite a long time, and spring and fall were always a bit of an issue. Really sad, really, because in the area where I live in the northeast, New England, it would last like 2 days. Like fall, I remember, oh, we're gonna have like fall foliage, and all these tourists would come and NORAD, the weather observing entity of the government, they put out a map, like which day you should beware for the leaves and everything, and basically the same that they do for cherry blossoms in Japan. And I remember we were in New England for like 2 days or something, right when it was supposed to peak, and it did peak, and then it was just, everything was just gone. Like within 2 days, everything was just drowned. It was so sad. And I really hope that here, I don't know how spring is here, but I really hope that here it's just not like 1 day and done, and then it just, everything was green. Okay, so the Mauer, okay, I wouldn't want to say the Mauer Park is right there, and maybe we'll land. With my eagle eye, I spotted that there might be some action happening already, which is kind of amazing because I was there not 2 weeks ago, no, 2 weeks ago, and nothing was there, like absolutely nothing. But it seems that we are in luck, or I just looked at something completely wrong. Okay, go down here. Down again. This is why I'm so happy to have a motorcycle, because I can just whoop, whoop. Okay, so this area right here is the beginning of Prenzlauer Berg. And right ahead is the Mauer Park. And I thought I saw... Okay, false alarm, everybody. False alarm. It seems that I just need to come back next weekend. Join me next week in the exciting adventure of the Blossom Hunter. Or something, I don't know. Yeah, it seems like I need to come back next week. Oh, cherry blossoms! Oh, one fun fact, I don't, is the camera still on? Yes. One fun fact about cherry blossoms that I did not know is that, did you know that all the cherry blossoms in Japan, when they're popping up at the same time, are popping up at the same time because they're all the same tree. Not they're like the same tree from the same seed or whatever. No, they're all clones of the same tree. So they're literally the same tree. And they're trying to, which of course has like this stunning effect of everything being blue at the same time. But also, biodiversity-wise, is an absolute nightmare. So they're trying to fix that by bringing in other trees, because of course, if anything would ever happen, like a sickness, you know, like a plant sickness comes down on cherry, they're just all going to be gone. This fun fact really turns out. Okay, so we are now, so this was part of the Mauer Park, and then down there is more of the Mauer Park, which also looks more like, well, like what it basically is. Because they didn't rebuild, but they made all this depiction on the wall. Right up here. still have 20%. 3 minutes to go. Still have 20%. We're going to keep riding a little bit. Want to show you one tree with blossoms on it besides the one that we saw early on by Checkpoint Charlie. Okay, this is the museum, or rather the place of, not place of worship, but like place of contemplation for what happened. There's the park. Some blossoms happening. Tiny blossoms. But this is very exciting. Once I finally got it to work, this was very nice indeed, and I really can't wait to ride some country roads. I am worried about the wind a little bit. Maybe I have a solution for that later. Because I still have a lav mic. Again, entire thing, learning experience. I still have a lav mic for this, I'm connected to the GoPro when I have money for the media mode. And then I can have a lav mic in my helmet, so it's not affected by the wind. You can actually hear me loud and clear. So yeah, that's for the future. Often enough, but of course all of this is only possible because of people that support me on Patreon. The link in the description. I do this mostly, I spoke about it briefly before, but when I pointed out that elevator Chilich's tour, I do a lot of these things soon enough. A lot more on Twitch, but a lot on YouTube. I do a lot of these things for people who cannot travel due to disability or because they can't afford it. Because not everybody can go to places like Berlin or anywhere really. Gladly use my travels, or as where I live, show people around. And thanks to Patreon, I can do that in my off time, because that's my day job. But who knows, maybe soon enough, I actually can do this with friends, but it would be absolutely lovely. Okay, we're gonna head down this road, and then I think we're gonna get some coffee. I'm only wearing the t-shirt, and even though I said in the beginning that it's absolutely balmy, it does get kind of chilly. It does get kind of chilly. So far, it was good. Hour and a half swimming. Nice. Very good, very good. Oh, my friend also mentioned that this stream is in no category or anything, so it's hard to find. And I set everything up on Twitch that the streams should be in categories and whatnot. But again, it's this whole thing where when you stream via the GoPro app into Twitch, you don't have any choice whatsoever to do anything about your stream, except for giving it a name. Like, there's no categories, there's no hashtags, there's no nothing. And I think this stream only has hashtags because I post them into Twitch. But yeah, this might be a problem, but again, we're learning. Make this work. And while I really shouldn't be looking at my phone while riding my motorcycle, unless it's a nap, shows up exactly as I say that. I'm kind of disturbed by not having a chat. There, see? Are you really gonna... Okay. Sure. Yeah. But maybe we fix that by next time. I am on 4th gear. Jesus Christ. Like I haven't been riding a motorcycle for almost a decade. What? That's not true. That's not true. But it's been a while. Ah, look at this. And we're back at this corner. Ooh, how did we get here? There you go. Very productive, very good, very happy Saturday morning. Just happy when I'm walking the bike. Grab some coffee. Check the stats on the stream. And maybe I need to up my data plan or something. Take care of the bike. Always take care of your stuff. And it takes care of you. I'm going to end the stream in a second, but thank you so much for watching. I'm going to put in the schedule, so if you follow me, please follow me, see when the next stream happens, and of course you get a pop-up when I'm streaming. But seeing how this went, once it finally got started, I think I'm going to do this every Saturday. Every Saturday morning, a little breakfast run about town or the countryside when it's particularly sunny. That would be nice. I would enjoy that a lot, and I hope you will too. I can't believe I already did 900 kilometers on this. Don't mind this. This is nothing. I did the inspection too soon, and then it triggered it because it thought, oh, now it's a number that the inspection is needed, and now I can't turn it off until I have the next inspection, which is in 4,000 something kilometers. No, we'll get there. We'll get there. It's fine. Bicycle, nope. And this is where I will stand. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next weekend. Bye!